In the next couple of minutes, I'm about to give you the simplest explanation and fix for why you're swinging over the top and how to fix it. And all you need is to be able to read a clock. If you can read a clock, it's going to be incredibly simple, and you're finally going to get that aha moment of why you've been swinging over the top. So all I need you to do is this. Stand up. You don't even need a golf club for this, but I'll demonstrate it with a club. And now I want you to look back behind you. If I'm a right-handed golfer aiming down here, I want you to look back behind you and imagine a clock on the wall. Big old school analog clock. So as I'm looking at this clock, it would be ticking in this direction. This would be the clockwise direction. Now, of course, as you're watching this on video, looking at it from the opposite direction, it would look counterclockwise to you. But I want you to imagine that you're looking at a clock on the wall back behind you, and just imagine clockwise motion and counterclockwise motion. If you can understand that, then you can stop swinging over the top right now, because it's that simple. If you're swinging over the top, your hand path is traveling counterclockwise as a right-handed golfer. That's it. If you're swinging on plane, your hand path is traveling clockwise. That's it. So now watch what I mean by this. If I were to go to the top, and most amateurs who swing over the top, they take their hands and club and go a little bit inside, pick the club up, and then start to swing over the top and slap across the ball. And as you really exaggerate this, the worse it gets, the more you can see how exaggerated this motion is. My hands, my right shoulder, my elbow, my wrist, everything is moving counterclockwise. Now, what would it look like if I switched that around and I rotated my wrist clockwise and I moved my elbow in a clockwise circle and my shoulder in a clockwise circle and my hand in a clockwise circle? Watch what would happen. So I'm going to exaggerate this for a moment, like Matthew Wolf style, taking it outside and rotating everything clockwise. Now what happens? Can I swing over the top from here? I'm literally doing the exact opposite of swing over the top by moving my hand path, wrist, elbow, shoulder in a clockwise circle. Now, of course, I'm making a huge exaggeration. When you look at this in a normal swing, it's very subtle. But this is why all the tour pros, when you look at our hands as we start to shallow out, the hands look like they're moving straight down. That's because they're traveling in a clockwise circle while the body's beginning to rotate back to the left. You don't need to worry about that right now. But when you watch a good player, watch their hand path. You watch a bad player, their hands are moving counterclockwise, and then you watch a good player, their hands are moving subtly clockwise, and that's the difference between swinging over the top or not. Now, I'm going to go into this a little bit more down in a video down below that I call the axiom, that takes everything, your pressure shift, your movement of your hips, your elbow, your knees, everything, and starts teaching you how to move in a clockwise circle till you get everything synced up, and that's the secret to hitting the ball pure and proper with a proper swing plane. Now, I want to show you this with me actually hitting balls. This took a minute for me to be able to do this with my hands, but let me show you what happens. This is normal in a lot of golfers' swings, so many of you are going to relate to this. The hands and clubs are going way inside. The club's way inside now. And now it becomes clear. Yeah, check that out. This is a very counterclockwise hand path. And you can see I start hacking at it like I'm chopping wood. The club's super steep. Coming down, not even through my left forearm, outside of it's coming down through my head. Way outside, I'm casting the club, and then check this out. Boom, I shanked it. I almost killed myself. That thing bounced off a rock. I'd have been in trouble. So this is not ideal. That's not where you want to go. So let's take a look at this real quick. I'll let it play through. But you can get the idea that when you're swinging, when you're swinging with your hands traveling in this counterclockwise path, you're going to kill a playing partner or somebody in the next fairway over, because it's impossible for you to not swing over the top like this. Now let's take a look at me swinging normal. So now you'll see my hands are going to go inside, the club's going to stay out, going right through my hands, through my forearms. Everything looks nice and pretty at the top. Now you can see that the hand path just shallows out slightly. Now it may look funky that my pinky doesn't look like it's on the golf club. That's because it's not, because I just dislocated my pinky in a dirt bike crash a couple weeks ago, so I still can't use it. So I'm not really using my left pinky here, but you can see that that pinky and the butt of the club starts to shallow out and make a tiny little clockwise circle with my hands. And that allows the club to shallow out, down on plane, and release, and look at how much more smooth and fluid and effortless it is. I'll let this one play through. This looks a little better than the last one. Smooth like butter. Very simple, very boring. That's the name of golf. A simple swing plane and a clockwise path, and that's all you need to play some awesome golf.